In her essay Limiting the Postmodern, Hutcheon investigates the complex and often contradictory relationship between postmodernism and modernism. She challenges simplistic binary divisions that oppose the two movements and cautions against treating either as homogeneous or unified. While acknowledging that postmodernism follows from modernism, she argues that it is both a continuation and a critique of it, a paradoxical response that depends on and simultaneously undermines modernist assumptions. Postmodernism inherits the contradictions of modernism and makes them explicit. Where modernism often sought coherence, autonomy, and formal innovation as a response to a collapsing social order, postmodernism exploits those same formal strategies to question the very structures and meanings that modernism assumed. Rather than rejecting modernism, postmodernism reworks it through irony, parody, and self consciousness. It questions the ideals of universal truth, stable meaning, and the authority of the artist, drawing on the techniques that modernism developed to confront similar existential and aesthetic crises. Rather than adhering to strict distinctions, postmodernism functions by questioning boundaries between high and low culture, art and life, subjectivity and objectivity, history and fiction. Hutcheon emphasizes the importance of seeing postmodernism as provisional and historically situated, not as a fixed set of stylistic features or ideological commitments. She warns against critics who define postmodernism only in opposition to modernism or reduce it to an academic exercise or a passing trend. Such amplifications overlook the deeper cultural and philosophical shifts that postmodernism reflects. A major concern in this essay is the way postmodernism engages with history. Unlike the modernist retreat into aesthetic isolation or mythic timelessness, postmodernism insists on situating itself in specific historical and ideological contexts. It reclaims historical awareness through what Hutcheon calls historiographic metafiction, narratives that question how history is written and remembered, while still acknowledging its importance. In this way, postmodernism does not deny the past but interrogates its representation, challenging the idea of objective or neutral historical knowledge. Hutcheon also distinguishes her view of postmodern extreme forms of anti-representational modernist ethics, such as surf fiction or the new novel. These works, she argues, represent a kind of late modernist extremism focused on the autonomy of language and the text. In contrast, postmodern fiction remains engaged with the world even as it problematizes how we represent and interpret it. For Hutcheon, postmodernism's value lies in the ability to ask critical questions without presuming final answers. She presents postmodernism as a contradictory and critical practice in history but never nostalgic, engaged with ideology but aware of its own implications in it. It neither wholly accepts nor completely rejects modernism, but rather uses it to reflect on the conditions of contemporary culture. Through its ironic, self-reflexive engagement with form, discourse, and history, postmodernism models a poetics that is deliberately incomplete, always questioning and deeply embedded in its cultural